Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Abhirami and I am here to discuss with you about today's topic, that is the composition of a skeletal muscle. Okay, so skeletal muscle is made up of 75% of water and 25% of solids. Okay, so 3 by 4th of a skeletal muscle is made up of water and only 1 by 4th is made up of solids. Okay, now in this 1 by 4th or 25% that is made up of solids is divided into organic substances and inorganic substances. Okay, in the organic substances mainly we have to focus on the proteins and the other organic substances. In the inorganic substances the ions are included. So potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, chloride, phosphate and sulfate are the ions that are present in the skeletal muscle. In these, the potassium is the principal ion. Okay, so potassium is very important here. So potassium is the principal ion. Totally there are 7 ions that are involved in the skeletal muscle fiber. And in the 25% that is solids, the organic substances are divided into 20% of proteins and 5% of other organic substances. Okay, so in these 20% of proteins, it is made up of myosin, actin, and then the tropomyosin, troponin, and then the desmin, titin, actinin, nebulin, dystrophin, and myoglobin. Okay, so the function of myosin here is to form the A band, and actin forms the I band. Okay, but actin is also present in the A band. Actually, actin extends from the I band and it extends into the A band until up to the H zone. Okay, so actin is present in both A band and I band, but myosin is present only in the A band. Okay, and these bands that we are talking about are actually forming the myofibrils. Okay, so myofibrils are made up of A band and I band and the Z line. Okay, and tropomyosin and troponin are proteins that help in the formation of the actin filament. Okay, so tropomyosin covers the active sites of the F actin. So actin is of two types, F actin and G actin. So F actin is a globular actin and G actin is a polymerized form of the F actin. Okay, and tropomyosin covers the active sites in the F actin. If they don't cover the active sites, then the active sites of the F actin will bind with the active sites of the myosin heads and contraction will take place. Okay, so muscle will get contracted. So tropomyosin helps to stop this contraction by being placed over the active sites of the F actin. Okay, and troponin has 3 components: troponin I, troponin T, and troponin C. Troponin T binds to the tropomyosin, troponin I binds to the actin, and troponin C binds to the calcium. Okay, so troponin C binds to the calcium. Myoglobin is also a protein which is present in the sarcoplasm. So myoglobin is also called as myohemoglobin. Actually, myoglobin carries out the function done by RBCs in the other cells. So myoglobin carries the oxygenated blood inside the muscle cell. Okay, and then comes the actinin. Actinin is a protein that connects the actin filaments to the Z line. Okay, so you might remember from my previous lessons, I already told you that Z line is also called as cross membrane and it divides the I band into 2 equal halves. So Z stands for Zwiskenskiebe, which means between the discs in German. Okay, so Z stands for Zwiskenskiebe, Zwiskenschenskiebe. Okay, Zwiskenskiebe. And then and then the next is the desmin. So desmin connects the sarcolemma of the muscle cell and the Z line. Okay, now let's talk about the next protein, that is the titin. So titin is a very large protein and it connects the M line of a sarcomere and the Z line of the sarcomere. So you might remember M line is actually the line present in the middle of the H zone and it is formed by myosin binding proteins. Okay, so M line and the Z line are connected through the titin, and when the muscle stretches, the titin unfolds itself. So when the muscle stretches, the titin unfolds itself, but when the muscle is stretched too much, then to avoid damage to the sarcomere, the titin actually offers resistance. Okay, so titin helps to protect the sarcomere this way. And then nebulin is protein that runs alongside the actin filament. Dystrophin is a protein that connects the actin filaments to the dystroglycan. So dystroglycan is a transmembrane protein present in the sarcolemma or the cell membrane. So dystrophin and dystroglycan together form the dystrophin-dystroglycan complex, or it can also be called as the dystrophin glycoprotein complex. Okay, so this is actually the function of the dystrophin. And then coming to the other organic substances which form 5% of the solids, they include the carbohydrates, lipids, and the nitrogenous substances. Okay, so the carbohydrates involves the glycogen and the hexophosphate. Okay, and then the lipids involves the neutral fat, cholesterol, lecithin, and steroids. Okay, so these get deposited in the muscle and they involve 4 substances, that is neutral fat, cholesterol, lecithin, and steroids. Okay, lastly there are nitrogenous substances. So nitrogenous substances include ATP and the adenylic acid. ATP and adenylic acid are useful for production of energy in the muscle cell. So whenever the muscle cell needs energy for contraction, it uses the ATP. Okay, and carnosine and carnitine urea are also present, and creatine and phosphocreatine are also present. So these are all wastes that are produced by the muscle. Urea and uric acid is also waste produced by muscle. And then xanthine and hypoxanthine are also present in the muscle cell. Okay, so in total these other organic substances form 5%, and then the proteins alone form 20%. Together they form the solids that are 25%, and the inorganic substances are traceable, and there are 7 inorganic substances or ions present in the muscle cell. Okay, and these include the potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, chloride, phosphate, and sulfate, and potassium is the most principal ion in the muscle. Okay, and one more thing about myoglobin is that myoglobin is a conjugated protein and it weighs about 17,000. Okay, so that's all about the composition of the skeletal muscle. So thank you for listening to me, and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe and comment on it. And if you have doubts in this video, you can put it down in the comments too. Okay, so thank you.